Gonna change out the fuel filter on the Satoh S650G. You can see I've already got this top hose disconnected from the fuel tank. And to get to the bottom one, what I'm actually going to do is remove the oil bath assembly. That way I have easier access to there. You don't have to unbolt it from the bracket or anything. It's pretty simple just to take this top off, so I will show you that. The only tool I needed to get this top off was just a pair of pliers, but sometimes you might need a screwdriver to pry it off, and sometimes you just have to cut the whole thing. But I'm going to take the whole thing off, that way I can bring this hose to Napa, make sure I get the correct size and what I need. So to take off the fuel or the oil bath, it's 3 clips on the bottom of it, and this small reservoir comes right off. Once you take this off, on the inside is a wing nut that holds this top on, so I'll show you that in a moment. So the reservoir is off, took the 3 clips off, and then you can see you have your wing nut and there's a washer inside of that. All you got to do is twist it off. Now that the wing nut's off, you can just pop this end off of the carburetor, and the entire top comes right off. Now that's off, you can get a lot closer to that bottom clip. Then the filter itself is held on with the spring clip. There's a small bolt and nut onto this bracket, and then these 2 spring clips just pop off that way once I get the bottom off. Another thing on the fuel system that I found is down here by your right foot. I believe this is the drain plug for the fuel tank. So when I go to really clean this thing up, I'm gonna be taking the fuel tank off so I can clean that out, clean the whole thing. But I will get this bottom clip off, and best way, easy way, is just to use a wide set of pliers. Although I think there is a special set of pliers that is made to actually take these off. So getting that bottom clip off is kind of difficult, actually, using just a normal pair of pliers, because you have this bracket in the way and then the fuel pump next to it. So I ended up using a pair of these pliers, which, if you don't have a pair of these, you want to get a pair. They're great for just a whole lot of different applications that you can't get your hands into, but it's pretty much just a 90-degree pair of needle nose pliers. And these ones are made by Baker, although I don't know anything about the brand, but these have lasted me for years now. I haven't had to use them too often. It's kind of a specialty tool, but I think I picked these up for maybe $10 at a store here. So those worked to get that bottom one off, and I will pull it off in a second now. Here it is. This is the old one. You got the tube on the top and tube on the top, tube on the bottom. It was difficult, actually, even still, to get that bottom tube off. So I ended up grabbing a knife here and scored the bottom of it, and then took a screwdriver, helped push it up while I pulled on the filter itself. So I'm gonna go and grab the hoses I need and then put it on and see what Farley thinks of the new fuel filter. What do you think? You don't like it? No? Oh! Maybe he does like it. Nope. So I got the new hoses for the fuel filter, and I ended up just bringing the whole thing right to them so they could look at what size I needed. So this is the new filter. It's Napa Gold 3032, and the box that this filter comes in, it does include 4 of these spring clips that you put on the top and bottom, and then it also came with 2 fuel hoses, but they're only about 2 inches long, so they're not long enough for this application. The hose is SAE30R14T, maybe a 521, but if you bring the old stuff to them, they'll be able to find out exactly what you need. So I'm going to I'm going to put this on. It doesn't exactly fit as good as the original one into that clip, but we'll see how this one works. I'm trying to put this on, but he wants to play ball. Oh, not a good catch. So the first attachment attempt didn't go so well. This bottom hose, I had cut it to the same length as the old one, but because of the difference in the actual size of the new filter, it reached down there, but it wouldn't reach up here, and this whole filter was just too low on this bracket. So I guess if you want to do it absolutely the right way and have this filter really centered on these spring clips, then you'd want to put this into the spring clip and then I guess measure and cut your hose afterwards. I had cut them to the original size that the old one was at, and so luckily I had bought some extra of the tubing. I had like a foot extra, so I cut a new one, put that on here, and we'll start it up and see how it runs.